If you guys were ever thinking of building your own timber frame, home, cabin, a pergola for your wife in the backyard, you can either pay someone, I guess like myself, a lot of money to make it for you, or you can invest yourself in some of the essential tools that any timber framer is going to need to make precision cuts accurately and quickly, painlessly. So we're going to give you an overview real quick of the tools we think it's necessary to have before you start a timber framing business or building your journey into timber framing.
Do you really think it's painless, Dan?
Now,
I didn't think so.
and quickly, this guy here, use this just on a daily basis. Not really ridiculous square lines, regular framing, one flat with chisel. You can realistic. I wouldn't even tell you to buy it. Now, I know if you guys are actually thinking about even starting a timber frame, you do have some tools in your place. I mean, something you've got. I'm only kidding. These are actually essential tools that you're going to need basically specifically for timber framing. Now, you're going to be able to find a lot of other uses once you get to use them here. And it's hard for me to pick which is number one that I need. So we decided we might as well start with the higher dollar items, and that's what's going to cost you. Now, this saw is a 16-inch saw. It is, and believe it or not, this cuts straighter. And I know if everybody has a tool, we got one of these. Now, this is an essential tool also, but I'm figuring you already have one of those. This guy here cuts ridiculously square all the time. Easier than a small saw, does not want to have any curve or bend to it. So actually when you're cutting timber frame beams, you're actually going to be able to use this saw. In most cases, you might be able to make your cuts in one clean pass instead of rolling, and then maybe picking up your Japanese saw to finish it. You know, zoom, straight cut, you're done. I mean, we cut birds' mouths with it by the dozens. We'll line up our rafters across the table. I'll cut 25 at one time. So this saw right here is actually one of the best ones that I've used for the 16-inch saws. I've had no problem with it. And this is not the highest dollar item you're gonna need to buy, but this is something that you should very much consider before you get into any timber framing. It's gonna save you on time. It's gonna save you on work. Now, guys, the biggest, probably the most expensive item to buy is this chain mortiser. Now, we work completely in oak. So what I can tell you is after making one pocket 12 inches wide, 7 inches deep, with a chisel and a drill, this pays for itself in one day. Instead of doing 6 joints a day with, you know, the $50 worth of Advil you're gonna have on your arms from kaplank, kaplank all day long, I could do 10 an hour. So this, when you're doing timber framing, is one of the most daunting tasks. I've said it before. Now we're just kind of doing an overview here on all of the different tools, and we'll have specific videos just on the mortiser, just on the saw. So just bear with me. This is actually going to be what you need to consider buying before you get yourself into timber framing. But this chain lasts forever. The unit is actually so good. I mean, I don't know how many holes we've, well, let's say Jace punched in with it, because that's his favorite tool. So this, I hate to say it, very close to my number one pick. I know that it's the highest dollar item, but it is the best for your body. Speed, accuracy. Trust me, after a day of chiseling, you are not chiseling a square pocket anymore, especially in this oak. But I know a lot of guys do it.
How many pockets did you make before you bought this? How many did you by hand before you bought
In my life? Yeah. Ouch. Before I actually got this unit, I had sold off all my stuff and I moved out here to retire. I made 8 pockets and said I had one delivered the next day, speedy cash. That's the fact of it. If this broke tomorrow, we'd have another one just like it sitting here waiting with a fresh blade on it. Fresh blade. Okay. Definitely what you need for a timber frame is a good drill. Now, you can get, I'll start without the press. You can get away without this press, but it's imperative that you actually get a wood owl drill bit, ultra smooth. And we use these 1-inch, and they're made to fit every peg that you can buy. So it makes a perfectly clean hole every time. I mean, no blowout. Look at this hole right here. That's on the outside of it coming. You would think that that would be blown out. Easy purchase, the drill. For us, the drill press. To get your speed and accuracy, if you're actually doing more than one timber frame, this is going to be a little bit hard, let's say. Unless you have a drill with a level, a press. I've seen a couple of guys make their own press, which is impressive. But to keep this square, to keep this in the direction that you want to go, because you don't want your pegs going in like this. You want to be perfectly perpendicular so that you can draw more your action. And this drill press is exactly that. And it can be set at any degree that I want to do. And it drilled a perfectly square hole without thinking about it. Jay doesn't have to think about where the square is. He just grabs the whole thing. Normally we'll have our gauge set so it has different gauges for depending on where you want to put this, set your holes. Everything is going to be exactly the same. No guessing, no measuring. This thing will do it for you. So another, let's say high dollar. This is probably your number one high dollar. This is probably number two. If I'm not mistaken, it's about a $1,500 setup here. I could be wrong. By the time this video plays, it could be $2,000. I don't know. But I did just see these on sale at Amazon for under $400. I paid more than that for mine used. Now, a lot of guys doing a single project say, hey, I want to get these tools. And then what they do is they actually sell them. After that project, they almost get the entire money that they paid back. You had the tools to work with. The ones you like, you keep. I mean, I don't want to tell you how many tools I bought from somebody that did one project and I snatched them up because I know they're not beat up. Now me, you see me sell anything, you don't want it. It has been through the ringer. I mean, I take it to its deathbed and then we move on from there. Okay, so here, last, I don't even want to say the last item because we do have more items. A lot of guys have routers. Okay, and a lot of the joinery and things that you're gonna do, I hate to say, we have multitudes of routers because it's a big part of timber framing. Now, I don't have an example here on this particular frame to show you, but we'd actually, you could make all of your pockets. If you're gonna actually pocket in different material, you can actually use a router. Do everything that you wanna do. Us, we do a lot of dovetail joinery with our router. We use a lot of custom jigs that I have made. And we use these things on a daily basis. So if I'm actually making dovetail pockets for my joists, boom, right into my jig, we're routering all day. So you do need a big one, not really ridiculous in price compared to some of the other things that you have to buy. Multifunctional, useful. You don't need to have it for jigs, but you have that, let's say, possibility of doing multiple things with this between pockets. This little one we have set up with just a little roundover bit. This stuff for us, we're not planing. So if you notice, I don't have my big planers lined up on here because I don't believe it's a necessity to do timber framing. This is all stuff off our mill. So we're actually doing rough frame, which a lot of guys do. But what we don't like is when we're trying to join everything together, this square edge. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get splinters all over. And I think it actually looks better. So one of our routers we always have set up with a roundover bit. 2 seconds, we clean up our edges. Very, very useful tool. I don't know if it's underrated or people are saying, hey, you don't need it, need it. I burn out more of these because we use them so much.
That one's a beast too.
It is a beast. And don't get me wrong, when you're doing something like this with a dovetail or big bit, And a jig like this, you better be pretty confident in your routering ability because you're going to fight that big boy and somebody's going to win. Hopefully you don't kill the jig on the way through.
Speaking from experience?
Many. I didn't bring you up one that I trashed, but I try not to trash them because they are expensive. Some of the smaller tools that are going to make your layouts, which is some of the most important part of actually doing a timber frame, is to have yourself some set of jigs. Now I know my friend John from Star Hill Timber Works makes these, and I love them. He even engraved my name right there on it. I love that guy. This layout tool has saved me hours. Now I know you could do all your measurements and everything with the pocket. I can measure. And yes, can I do all the work that I need to do? I don't have enough room on my work table, Jay.
We're kind of full.
It is full. I'm gonna move some stuff. A lot of guys will be laying out pockets, measuring, getting it. Guys, the amount of time you are gonna save to get accurate measurements from this is ridiculous. I mean, there you go. Your numbers are here. They're perfect. The way this jig works out, very square. The way he has the bend works with the round. Easy, guys. Line up. It's not just for your square lines here. Each measurement, I want to make my tenon here and here. Do I want an 1.5 inch tenon, a 2-inch tenon, 3, 5, 8? There's no combination that can't do it. So actually having good layout jigs, yes. I know everybody has a square, another square, and honestly, I use a regular framing square often, because it gives me a much longer. I'm using rough cut beams. Occasionally, you're gonna have to read that beam. This one's sitting pretty good, but sometimes this will give me a square line to start with. I can even make sure and check the square between all of my units with that. Outside of just being a measurer, laying out your stairs, laying out your rafters, it's also a mortise checker. Okay, 2-inch mortise checker, 1.5 inch. See what I mean? So we're getting back to another gauge. You need to have a tenon gauge. These are so you can make your tenons perfectly square every time. Am I making 2-inch ones? I'm making 2-inch ones. That one was a little snug, Jay.
Uh-oh.
We would actually probably have to wax that joint and maybe fix it. But there you go. One checks that, the other checks the other. That's how you do your layout. That's how you do your measurements. That's how you speed up. Everything comes out just a little more accurate. Now my friend does have this other awesome easy brace. And this is actually something you can use to make knee braces. Unique design. I like them. I like them.
It's a non-essential essential.
I think I just showed it because you want to know the 2J here. There you go. This and this. Essential. This, getting fancy.
That's cool.
Moving up, speed. I mean, the more you do, you might want to expand. Now, I say we're talking about modern tools, modern timber framing. Guys, chisel. Also made by my friend from Star Hill Timber Works. And I actually love these, just the old looking metal. We work outside all the time. If you don't think we get rained on, these things don't rust. No polishing. Stay sharp. Now, actually, a timber framing chisel is an essential item to any of this. And believe it or not, this blade here will be your most accurate cuts, your finish cuts, how you clean your pockets. I mean, it's almost the endless use. Now, I know it's not a modern tool, but you need to have ones specifically designed for timber framing, okay? It gives us an area to say, hey, we're coming in flat, we're chiseling. You buy these little chisels, you're inside a pocket, you're not doing anything. These also are the same. They are a 2-inch set, so you can actually get into your 2-inch pockets perfectly, cut your corners, do your cleanup work. Always have 1.5 inches as well. That's what I do. I do the best I can with my joinery, with the tools I have here, and we always clean up with this. Now, I'm not sure why Jay put this on here, because I like to use this thing least. If my cuts are good, but the rest of my machines, Mr. Japanese saw maybe isn't my favorite tool.
Sorry, Dan.
Okay? He might be Jay's because I make him use it all the time.
Oh, I hate it, but it works.
Keep your chisels, it does work. Keep your chisels covered, keep them sharp. We work outside. I'm on 4 foot of sawdust. It's soft here. You're in a shop, you drop your chisel on the floor. Yeah, not what you want. You want to be able to shave with this thing. And I make Jay do that for me. Look, you notice his head. He does test runs with our chisels. Okay, not an essential tool. Almost everybody's gonna have a little grinder right here. I don't know if I have a knee brace. I do have a knee brace laying over there. So what we do is, for an essential tool, if you're trying to get all your tabs and stuff to fit, this very cheap outfit, excuse me. I mean, you want to clean up anything you want going on over here. Some guys can do it with a chisel. Not that simple if you're looking for perfect. If that thing is just a hair tight, we just run a quick sand on it. And realistically, every one of our knee braces or our joints, we round off. And we used to actually jigsaw and then sand them. We picked up this disc, which is meant for like grinding benches or something out of logs. I haven't tried it yet. I bought it for Jay for his birthday and decided to put it to use. And honestly, in 2 seconds, we're able to shape this round. This is done. I flip back to this. If you don't have boom, 2 seconds, I sand my edges, take off my relief, clean up my board. Quick, easy, cheap.
That little grinding wheel works, man.
This thing works. I only got the medium aggressive. The aggressive would probably just cut it right in half.
Put your gloves on, folks.
I know. 20 bucks. I think that's a real 20 bucks. I think it was $19. I do check out stuff from Harbor Freight first before I do. That actually works. A lot of this stuff, not so much, but that works. So I don't know if I've missed anything, Jay. I mean, yes, we have a lot more gadgets. We have a lot more toys. This is an essential item. Every one of these tools, if you have this arsenal in front of you, there isn't a project you can't do. I mean, that's fact. What do you think, Jay?
Multifunctional, and it works for many other things. I mean, most of this can be used for other things, furniture building and everything.
You name it.
Yeah.
You name it. That's what I meant. At the end of our stay, when these buildings are built, and yeah, I had no furniture to fill them, we're going to actually start making furniture with them. So we're going to make baby timber frame furniture.
I can't wait.
Who needs a drill press in your shop when I got a portable one I could pick up and run around with?
That thing works really well.
I mean, there's not a tool here that I don't use on a daily basis.
Yep. Over and over and over again.
Exactly. I wouldn't even tell you to buy it if it didn't actually pass the 2 guys' test of getting beat up daily between rain, shine, and just work. And good.
And we're not even talking specific brands here. Obviously, some are, but there's a lot of ways you could do it. These are the good ones, though.
I like this brand.
I do like that one.
This is the most cost-effective brand.
Yeah.
There's only one of these I ever found on the market. But Mafell makes a beautiful, all their tools.
Very
super high end.
Very precision.
Makita, come on, Makita, who doesn't have that? They're $300. You burn one out, you get another one. But honestly, I haven't burned that one out. I've burned out a lot of them.
Let me use it.
And Milwaukee ones got burnt out. So if you guys are on your timber frame journey or want to be a timber framer or want to try out timber framing, this is what we think that you would actually need to start to get yourself to be, let's say, happy doing it, easy doing it. And for all you tool junkies out there that just need to have cool tools, this is a pretty good lineup. I mean, my wife never has a problem with me buying tools, but I don't know. I came home one day and I was like, honey, I bought a crane. Things changed in my house. I need approval now for anything, even a box of pencils.
I wonder why.